guys, so today's mobility, I'm going to be using a band just to aid this first movement, but if you've got a broomstick or a bar or a pipe or something like that, that would be useful too, just to help us anchor our hands over our head. So we're going to be getting some twisting, bit of spinal mobility in. So what you need to do first of all is to lie facing the floor. And then we're going to put our hands above our head and hold on to our object, whatever that is, in a wide-ish grip, so a snatch sort of grip. And then what we want to do is sort of keeping our legs on the floor, is just anchor our left hand first of all and bring our right hand up over so that we're getting a twist in that upper spine. You can look up towards the ceiling, trying to keep sort of your knees, maybe your hips even, not for me, on the floor and twisting through that upper back. And then rotate, so right hand is planted and then our left side comes up, getting that twist through the spine while holding our arms overhead. And we're just going to go sort of 5 or 6 reps on each side. Sort of flowing through that. This is 3. Alright, and then we can lose that prop for now. We're just going to push up into tabletop. And then we're going to imagine that we've got a tail and we're trying to look at our tail. So just sort of side bending, just to get a little look at our tail. Again, 5, 6 reps on each side, rotating through that. And then we're going to go for sort of a deeper side bend. If you go down into child's pose, sink your bum back towards your heels. Reach those hands out in front and look towards the floor. We're just going to walk our hands over to the left to begin with, as far as you would like. Feeling that side stretch. Nice for the lats and all the way down that side body. And then slowly walk the hands back to the middle and then over to the right. And walk those hands back, come back to center. And then we're going to go for Sphinx first of all. So getting that back bend, just resting up on our forearms. And the main point we want to take here is to relax our bum and our lower back. Feel that compression, really relaxing that whole sort of lower half of your body. And then if you do relax into that and you'd like to come up onto your hands, feel free to push up onto your hands. Again, keep that bum relaxed, feel that extra compression through the lower back, and you can adjust where you put your hands here as to how much of a back bend you're going to get from this. And don't push into pain. And just hold this for a few breaths. Use the breath to relax into it. And slowly lower yourself back down. And we're going to push ourselves up now. We're going to go for some more thoracic twisting here. So from this tabletop position again, We're going to take our right hand first of all and place our knuckles, or the top of the hand, onto our lower back. We're then going to twist so that we're looking up towards the ceiling, trying to pull that elbow up towards the ceiling. And down the other way, and then up towards the ceiling. It's not a huge movement, at least not for me, it's quite challenging. And a few reps on one side before we swap over onto the left. Nice and steady. A few reps on this side. And then once we've done that, I'm going to go for a bit of wide leg here. If you really struggle to be in this sort of pancake shape, we can bring one leg in if that helps. And what we're going to do here is sit up nice and straight. You can also prop underneath your bum if that helps as well. And then we're going to reach over to our right foot, bringing that left hand up and above, trying to keep that shoulder open and rolled back. Reaching towards that toe, again getting a nice side bend here, as well as a bit of a stretch through the legs. And coming back to center, make sure we're sat on those sit bones, sitting up nice and tall, and then reach over to the other side. Again, make sure that shoulder is rolled back. So don't worry if you don't get to your toes or anywhere near. Making sure that we're keeping that shoulder nice and tall. Accentuating that side bend. And back to center. And then if you'd like to, take that body forwards while keeping those toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Again, trying to sit up nice and tall before leaning forward. And then if we just bring those legs together, what might feel quite nice after that is to get a bit of a stretch through the glutes. So if we bring our right leg, so feet are out in front, bring our right leg over our left knee, and then we're going to use our left hand to hug that knee in towards the chest. Again, sit up nice and tall. You might already feel a stretch through the outside of that right hip now. And if you'd like to, you can take that even further just by twisting your head over your right shoulder. So getting a bit of a spinal twist in here as well. Propping that right hand below or behind your bum there. And then releasing nice and slowly there. Bring those legs back out in front, and now we're going to bring the left foot over the right knee. Use our right hand to hug around that knee. Sit up nice and tall, try and squeeze that knee into that chest. And then again, we can place that left hand behind our back and look over that left shoulder. And then releasing that down, a little shake out. And just going to finish off with a bit of down dog and a bit of puppy dog or melting heart. So just to stretch out those hamstrings a little bit more. Down dog, remember, sending that bum up towards the ceiling, pressing armpits towards the floor. And don't worry if your heels aren't flat on the floor, mine rarely are. But what you can do, if you'd like to make it a bit more dynamic, is to walk those feet. So take the weight into one side. You might find that heel can get a bit lower then. And just alternate those legs. Trying to keep that bum up nice and high. Imagine you're sticking your bum out towards the ceiling. And then from here, if you just drop to the knees, we're going to keep that bum nice and high, but we're going to reach our hands forward and sink that chest down towards the floor into melting heart. So again, getting a bit of a back bend. If your neck agrees with it, you can rest your chin on the floor, but that can be quite intense on the neck, so don't worry if you don't quite get there. And again, trying to take a few deep breaths here. And coming up nice and slow. And if we just finish off, something that has really helped me recently actually is just looking into nerve gliders. I've found that my shoulders have been a bit tight, especially with all these press-ups and handstands and all sorts that we're doing. And this one has really helped actually loosen off, or feel like it's loosening off through my shoulders. So I thought I'd share it with you. So the way that we do this, with a bit of wall, you're going to stand so that your hand is sort of straight out, and then you're going to place your hand on that wall and you're going to turn it externally rotating, okay, so that your fingers point down. So basically you're trying to point that thumb up to the ceiling and then a little bit further around so that your fingers are pointing down towards the floor, okay? Arms straight out, stood, arms distance away from the wall. And you're just going to slowly, as far as you can go, bring your neck down to the right shoulder and then back up. And you'll feel that stretch. It feels quite nervy, at least for me it does. All the way down through your arm and back up. It's a very subtle movement. And again, don't go for this if there's loads of tingling or pain. Just keep it nice and gentle. Do about 10 reps or so. And at least for me, I feel a massive difference after I've done this. Just feels generally looser, more fluid through my shoulders. And again, you can repeat on the other side. So same idea. Stood, arms distance away. Rotate that hand so that fingers are pointing down. And just allow that head to drop to the opposite side and bring it back up. I didn't even think I was tight on this side, but I can certainly feel it. And again, it doesn't even have to be a big movement, just as soon as you feel like you're getting a bit of a stretch there, just stop and bring your head back up. And honestly, if you do this, just 10 reps each side every day, you will notice a huge difference. I've only been doing it for a few days now, but it feels really good. Really, really good, especially if you hold tension in your shoulders, like I do. So I hope that helps, and I will see you soon.